And suspended, and we are having a minute's silence at the moment. Well, in fact, we're going to have a minute's silence in just a moment. Hull are without the hooker Richard Swain, so his pivotal role will be filled by young Darry Brough, and we are now going to have a minute's silence. Kirkpatrick, who a couple of years ago was the referee of the year, so we are certainly in senior and experienced hands today. It's Wakefield with the original possession here inside their own 10 metres. As ever, these opening blows will be very, very important as both packs looked to reach the ascendancy. We mentioned in the build-up the fact that David Solomona is missing for Wakefield, Richard Swain missing for Hull. Do those two absences merely cancel each other out today, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think so. It's Solomona is very influential for Wakefield. He carries the ball, offloads in the tackle. But, you know, there's a lot of good forwards there. But the main thing is to get the platform, go forward in a good kicking game. And that's the first mistake. Good defence by Hull.
Well, that's what you don't want to happen early in the game. David March dropping the ball in the tackle. No question of any hands being in from any Hull players. It was simply clumsiness from the Wakefield hooker. And it has given Hull good position and good possession. Here's Gareth Rayner just testing the resolve of that Wakefield defence.
Yeah, very interesting ploy there. They bring him in from the wing, the stand-off position. Great tackle.
There's Chester, who's a much more direct influence this year for Hull, running in the second row. Brough at dummy half, the youngster they signed from York in close season, the man who fills Swain's boots today. And here's a man in form, Thackeray, driven forward. 10 yards out. Brough again. Misses out Dowes. Out to Richard Horn. Horn with a little ball back inside for McMenemy. McMenemy with a backflip. Here's Kearney. Look how he carries the ball one-handed. Keeps them guessing all the time. McMenemy rolls it away. Here's Dowes. Onto Thackeray. Steps off his left foot. Great footwork from a prop forward. And he's eventually brought down. Eventually stopped with the ball in his hands. But enterprise from Hull as they reach the sixth tackle. It's moved left towards Cook, whose boot finds only the rather large bulk of the Wakefield man, and possession goes Wakefield's way.
Well, there's big defence by Hull. But again, same as yesterday, Leeds, very dangerous when they're offloading, and Hull have started in the same vein, looking to offload in every tackle.
As Demetria with a run. Wakefield looking for a solid set here, and Korkidas, who is, well, when he's on form, he's almost unstoppable at times. Michael Korkidas, the big prop forward. Move left with Griffin. Sixth tackle coming up. It's a solid set, this, from Wakefield. They'll look to get the kick away and do through Jeffries. The catch is by Briscoe. Now, what kind of ground can he make up here? It's a decent chase by the Wakefield line.
First opportunity for Wakefield to put pressure on Hull.
Well, there's Rayner, who's taken an early knock. We'll hope to run that off in the next few moments. They will not want him to have to leave this match too early in the game. Here's Brough from dummy half. Now Thackeray again. Hammers it in and turns it away. The touch was off a Lima. It'll be another 6 tackles here for Hull. It's going their way so far.
Very good yardage by the forwards.
Cook. Little ball to Chester, who's found the gap. Chester has support. Yeomans away to Rayner. No signs of injuries now. Gareth Rayner touches down in the corner. They got the numbers on the left-hand side, and they open them up. And Rayner, who's in red-hot scoring form this season, with the simplest of touchdowns to finish it all off.
Well, what a great ball. I think it was Cook. Just watch it. Slows the play though. Late pass. Chester's through. Good support play. Rayner's run off his injury to score the try. But look at the timing of this pass is fantastic. Good angle. It's good finishing. Very well worked try. They're very impressed the way they've started this game. Defence has been immense. Good yardage. And now a lovely try.
Well, Applegarth was really drawn in there by Cook's angle of run and his passing as well, wasn't he? It was superb standoff play. And now the youngster who finds himself with the kicking duties, Danny Brough. Paul Cook has been their nominated kicker earlier in the season, but not always in the best of form, Paul Cook. So Danny Brough, now he's in the side, has been given the tasks of making 2 onto the 4, but puts it wide on this occasion. So Hull will have to satisfy themselves with just the try. But Rayner's got a bit of a pain again here.
Yep, I think he's got a bit of a dead leg. It's on a bang when he took the ball in from the first scrum.
The line, fellas, stay tidy down there, stay tidy.
Well, they'll give him chance here, won't they? They won't simply pull him off, they'll give him the chance to run that off.
Yeah, well, he's...
Okay, Donald.
It'll be interesting to see if he gets another bang on it, that'll be the thing.
It's a real settling start, though, for Hull, isn't it? It's exactly what their coach John Keir would have wanted before this game started.
Yeah, very impressed. They made very good yardage, found good field position. The Wakefield defence on the back foot. It was a lovely weighted pass.
Here's Brough at dummy half. Now to Richard Horn. McMenemy down the middle again with a dummy and keeps them questioning. And Applegarth makes the tackle. 5 yards from the halfway line, that's all. Well, this is Thackeray. This whole front row in particular really has started in very determined form so far this afternoon. Here's Cook again with the confidence of having already provided 1 try-scoring pass with a very good kick that again puts Wakefield on the back foot.
Well, he's just having an armchair ride, Cook. And the forwards are going so well. Quick play of the ball as well. And Wakefield under the cosh.
Well, they're a funny side to read this season, aren't they, Wakefield? They've had some terrific wins, as we've heard, against Leeds, against all the odds. Last Monday, they've beaten Wigan, they've beaten Bradford, and yet they've come unstuck in rather messy fashion against the likes of London and St Helens. They've conceded big scores. They lost to Huddersfield as well. You're never quite sure which Wakefield's going to turn up this year. When they're on form, they're magical. Yeah,
the same thing with Hull, though. Hull against Wigan. They started off very, very well and just faded. So John Keir will be hoping for the same.
Here's Korkidas, who offers a real threat. March wants it played quicker than this. Here it comes now. This is Griffin looking to provide the solid platform. March back to Rooney, whose kick will be searching for touch. Rayner, who just seems to have run off that injury again now with the inside ball to Briscoe. It's a sign of a team in confident mood when they are willing to pass the ball inside their own 20 metres.
Well, I'm not sure if that's confidence or if he's worried about his injury.
Doesn't want to be tackled. Here's McMenemy. 6 years since one of the sides outside the so-called Big Four have actually won the Challenge Cup. 99 it was won by Leeds, and since then Bradford, St Helens, Wigan and Leeds have shared the honours in the finals. That's a terrific kick. Well, it's going to be too far in the end. It'll be a tap back on the 20. Not disastrous, because Hull's defence can realign itself here and get organised in time for Wakefield's tap.
It's a lovely afternoon, but I think there is a swirling wind there. I saw Ben Jeffries putting some high kicks up before the game. It'll be interesting to see what tactic he will use.
Korkidas is beaten in the tackle, put on his back. That will really irritate him. Griffin carries it forward, but that's a success, a victory for the Hull defence, and they're winning victories all over the park here at the moment. Winning the tackle, slowing Wakefield down, not letting them get their momentum. Alima, the Frenchman, just shy of the halfway. Here's Mark Field, the fullback. A little high from Kearney.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see this. He was on the way down, but there's definitely a swinging arm.
He was.
Penalty goes Wakefield's way for this. Oof.
He didn't miss.
Can't complain at the penalty, can he?
No, but he was going down. Very fortunate there, Kearney. First chance now for Wakefield.
Well, they've got position for the first real time in this game, and Alima carries it in. 18 yards away. Korkidas now with a drive. First 3 plays, the big men will try to make the dents down the middle. March from acting half-back. Well, they're going to move it wide. Little ball inside for Wrench. Just held down. March at dummy half. Back it comes. High ball to Rooney. Rooney with a little step and the jiggling run, but Cook had him lined up, and with the help of Chester, the tackle is complete.
Come on.
Still a good position here for Wakefield. They'll want to make the most of it. Griffin with a little run around, the ball in the back in the hands of Jeffries, who tried to risk it and has given it away, and suddenly there's a chance. This could be the full distance for Whiting, hasn't quite got the pace. Well back by the fullback Markfield, who had to make up a lot of yards there. But look at where the momentum still is. It's with Hull. Here's Cook. Raider came on the inside, and it's going to be a penalty for Hull. Offside, I think.
Yeah, Rooney.
And it's a yellow card.
It's kind of a professional foul.
10
No,
minutes
you were
in the
never
sin bin
onside at that play
for
the ball.
Jamie Rooney.
You were never onside.
Offside at the play the ball.
I'm not sure if this was intentional or not. If you see the replays, just out of shot, this is it. He's coming back on the left-hand side of your screen. And as the play comes along, the ball comes out. There he is in between the two players. He knows what he's doing, and he's stopping the ball getting to the wing.
Well on.
So Wakefield are down to 12 men for the next 10 minutes. It is a yellow card. Richard Horn out to McMenemy. McMenemy wide again. Whiting, who started it all off,
Release.
held up 5 yards away. This is Kearney from dummy half. Has a look on the outside. No way through. Blacklock, another close season signing. Well, they've gone through 4 tackles here, Hull. It's Richard Horn. He's got all the skills, Richard Horn, in that position, but he couldn't trick his way through. Korkidas with a tackle. Little grubber kick through again. March comes up with it for Wakefield. Well, what a let-off for the home side. Hull will be kicking themselves that they didn't come away from the line with something else in the bank. And it's another penalty against Hull. That really does lift it.
I think they've got to try and slow it down a bit now, you know, and complete their sets. Especially with him in the...
There's a kick there to lose
yeah,
as well,
he is.
isn't he?
He's one of those that you weren't really sure if he was intentional or not. He was trying to get out of the way, but he kind of knew what he was doing, stopping the ball to get to Rayner for his second try.
Here's March from dummy half. Griffin carries it in. Just a very straightforward set of 6 would do Wakefield here. Julian O'Neill, who's on from the bench. He's got playmaking capabilities, of course.
Come on.
March. Wide it goes. Oh, well spotted. Good tackle.
Superb tackle there by Horn.
That's what makes him such a good all-round player. He doesn't just create with the ball in his hands, he puts the defensive work in as well, Richard Horn. 6th tackle coming up. 12 yards out. March from dummy half. Left it goes. Little chip over the top by Jeffries. Well taken in goal. And it'll be a tap back on the 20. And the ball is caught on the full in the in-goal area. The defending team gets possession with a tap back on the 20 metres. It really does lift the pressure, doesn't it? Here's Thackeray. Bradford already in control in the other games in the Challenge Cup 4th round today. Robbie Paul has scored a hat-trick in that game against Featherstone. Ball is moved left to Yima. Good play by him. Well, he's still going here.
Very strong player.
Had a stint in the second row last season. I think he's more suited to the centres, but he's got the strength to play both. Thackeray. They're winning it all over the field at the moment, Hull, aren't they?
They are in total control.
Horn. Here's McMenemy. McMenemy looking on the inside. Nobody there. Well, he offloaded. And it's picked up by Kearney. Lovely one-handed pass by him, and McMenemy will finish it again. Oh, terrific enterprise. Terrific ball handling. And great confidence too by the whole side. They are in their pomp at the moment. This is delicious to watch.
Everyone thought that movement had ended, but again it's the offload. Defence doesn't switch on. Just watch it. Lovely short ball. They had numbers on the right hand side. You think the tackle's over, just flips it out. Kearney comes in, lovely inside ball, one-handed again. Superb play. Richard Whiting was involved. Watch the pass, that's the loose ball. Kearney picks it up, Whiting comes in, one-handed. Superb try.
The analogy of basketball is often used, but it's very correct analogy, isn't it, in
Time on.
terms of describing the way Stephen Kearney handles the ball. One-handed, as a defending team, you have no idea where it's going to go from him, do you?
The thing you have to do is try and wrap the ball up in the tackle. You can't afford for anyone to offload.
Easier said than done in Kearney's case. Here's the attempted two from Brock. This time it is successful, and with barely 15 minutes played, Hull are leading by 10 points to 0.
There we are, there's the overlap on the right hand side. Cuts back inside, goes to ground and then flips it. And just watch him, he's up on his feet and he's the one that just takes the ball and goes over. That's very, very good play by McMenemy. On the ground, up quick. Good support play.
Well, if Hull are looking for reasons not to be over cheerful at this stage, and Wakefield are looking for inspiration to get them back into the game, they need only hark back a couple of weeks to when these two met at the KC Stadium. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on Rooney's sin binning, by the way. But in that game at the KC Stadium, Hull actually ran into a 14-0 lead early in the game, and Wakefield got right back into it, and it was a real cliffhanger at the end. Hull just getting through.
As I said, they always start very well, Hull, but John Key will hoping that they can maintain it, you know, keep playing as they are, because they're totally dominant. The forwards are superb.
That's where the platform is laid, and boy, are they laying a platform, and it allows people like Horn to make the incisive runs, and Briscoe to back them up and score the game's third try. It is all going Hull's way now. It is a super show by John Keir's side. Briscoe with a third try of the afternoon. Terrific stuff.
Well, Wakefield are shell-shocked, you know, they just, again, it's that man Horn, very talented player. Just watch him, throws a dummy, inside ball, good support by Briscoe, try. Here we are, just watch him, ball in two hands, inside runner Kearney. Wakefield defence are held up. Great play by Briscoe, the full back. Just what you want in a full back. Once the break is made, he's on your shoulder. Try time.
It's backing up like that made him the Super League's Young Player of the Year last year. Sean Briscoe hasn't had quite the same impact so far this season, but that try will help things along. And the first rendition of Old Faithful of the afternoon from the Hull supporters.
And I think Shane McNally will have to look at to change a few things, but they haven't had any possession really. No field position. Just watch the break. Throw inside runner, dummy, goes between Wrench on the inside. A lovely support play.
Hold the line, fellas.
How do they change things now, though? Because it's up the middle where it's being lost, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the first thing they have to do is try and get some kind of possession. They haven't had anything. No possession, you know, no field position.
There's Julian O'Neill to get things underway again.
First thing they'll do now is stop the Hull forward just rampaging over the gain line and, you know, making easy yardage.
Come on! Wait.
There's Horn again. Now McMenemy.
Super!
Well, the ball came loose. Under what circumstances? He knocked it on, the referee decides.
And that's what Wakefield would have wanted. This is now the opportunity.
Well, this modern game is built on so much momentum, isn't it, these days? And if that momentum can just be halted and switched, you never know. And this is the kind of decision, the kind of moment that could turn the game around. If Wakefield can make something of this position, that's the other element of that theory. It's going to be driven forward by Steve Snitch, who is a forward off the bench. March. Left again to Field, who's another one. Jamie Field, who started on the substitutes bench. Jeffries. Here's O'Neill. Inside ball and asking too much of Mark Applegarth.
Wait.
Feather. Short, flat pass. Not causing any problems for that whole defence. March. Jeffries, little grubber kick through, easily dealt with again by Blacklock, and Hull back in possession.
Yeah, and definitely missing Rooney in that set. Just needed something.
To me, fellas, no penalties.
Here's Cook, on by Chester.
On me, clear.
Newmans.
Cook and Chester, lovely partnership there. Cook, deft of hand, good timing by Chester.
Play on.
Oh, and rather clumsy, the ball went backwards from Mark Field, but it doesn't inspire confidence when your fullback does that. But that again was just such a solid set of 6 from Hull. They went through 5 tackles and then a good kick downfield, and Wakefield have to start from inside their own 30 metres. They're helped with a penalty here, but that has been a pattern of the game, hasn't it?
It has, and can't barely be disappointed with that.
On me, fellas, come on.
There's a tackle.
Come on, guys.
Well, the tackle wasn't high, but I think he just grabbed him around the neck as he dumped him to the floor.
Here's March from acting half, little scamper from him. They need more of that now, just to get them moving forward. It's Feather who stands and waits, the former Leeds man. Out to Jeffries, short ball back inside again. Jamie Field wants to get to his feet as quickly as possible. Back to Jeffries.
Oh, come on.
And there you see Rooney's back on the pitch, so they are quarried again. Back to 13 players, Wakefield. Here's Feather. Bumped, but not knocked over. 6 tackle. Jeffries. Ball is moved wide right. Good position here, threatening. They need to make something of it. The kick was optimistic, and the tackle complete. And Hull will have possession back again. Well, sitting watching this alongside us as well, Brian Carney, what have you made of it so far?
Yeah, well, the sin binning of Rooney has proved to be crucial. We spoke before the game about how Hull have got a lot of speed up the middle with Richard Horne and Sean Briscoe. Now, when Wakefield are a man down, it makes that job even harder. We saw Richard Horne exploit it and put Sean Briscoe through. So Wakefield will be very glad to have the even numbers back on the field, because the last thing they need is to be a man down against such nippy players.
Thanks, Brian. Well, this is a penalty for Hull, which again will put them in a very good position here.
Yeah, another head to high tackle, and you know, as long as we mentioned yesterday, as long as the referee is consistent, everyone knows where you are. Again, there he is, round the head. You now know not to do it.
It's Dowes who's driven it forward. It's Kearney who look at it again with that ball in one hand. He's 6 foot odd. He comes stepping at you off both feet, carries the ball in one hand. What is a defender to do? Put your shoulder down and hope, I suppose. Here's Horne. Good offload by him, but it looks as though he was going down with the ball in his hands.
Make it.
Rough from dummy half. Here's Cook. Chester. Oh, just tried to force it and has knocked on. And that will give Wakefield the head and feet. Well,
there he is, going for the offload. Just watch.
Was there a hand in there? Was that a steal?
Side sets, Chris. Side sets.
John Keir. We talked about the domination of the Big Four in this competition. The last time a side outside the Big Four won it was, of course, Sheffield Eagles back in 1998, when they had that famous win over Wigan, and John Keir, who's the Hull coach now, was the Sheffield coach then, and what they still describe as the biggest cup final upset of all time.
Wait.
Here's March. Driven in by Field. That's become a feature of his game this season, getting the offload out of the tackle. O'Neill does well here.
Clear.
He's going to be held up, Tadulala, just inside the Hull half. Let's hear from the touchline. Damien Johnson is down there. Damien.
The injured Hull skipper Richard Swain's with me. Richard, a good positive start from Hull.
Yeah, we've had a great start to the game, that's for sure, but we've had a few good starts this year. Last 4 weeks we've only been completing at about 55%, so I think the completion rates is pretty high at the moment, but just a couple of silly penalties we're legging them out of our own half at the moment.
Thanks, Richard.
Yeah, Hull were winning 40-0 against Wigan last week and lost the game. So, again, that's another reason they know they cannot take their foot off the pedal. Here's Briscoe. Good take. Not under a great deal of pressure, to be fair.
What will be pleasing for John Keir is the defence. You know, they've been very solid. The Wakefield forwards have found yardage very difficult to come. You know, they haven't got good field position to put the kick in. A very easy take for Briscoe there.
Here's Brough, still operating from that dummy half's position. It's a decent drive. Carvel is also off the bench. Good little ball away by Dowes to Horn, and suddenly Blacklock has the chance to open things up. Good recovering in defence from Wakefield, but Hull are threatening again here. McMenemy. Here's Horn, Richard Horn. Long ball. Chester has the overlap. Decides to try himself. Can't get there. Belatedly went for the pass and rather spills it. Decision making at fault there from Chris Chester, and I think he knows it.
Magnificent play there by Hull. The offloading, the one-handed offloading. First, you know, by Horn. And this is then the end. They work the numbers because they've all been drawn in for the offloads. 3 on 2, missed opportunity. Went a little bit too far, should have drawn the man and given it. But you can see what the offload does. Because people are offloading, it drags the defence over to that side of the field. The shape of the defence is gone. But look at that offloads in the tackle, 12-2, and that's due to the possession they've had as well.
That's an enormous statistic in Hull's favour, but here's a terrific run now. Demetriou gets it, and the ball is lost. What an opportunity that would have been. Instead, it's Hull back in possession, but that was a great run down the middle by Jason Demetriou. It's a good game, Jonathan.
Very, very good game, but you feel that Wakefield needs something now.
Where's the head? That's the question. There it is. Brough just taking his shirt from round his shoulders. Again.
Just in time.
Ball away. You have to stay sharp, don't you? When the ball comes flying at you from all angles. Here's Horn again. McMenemy, not the best of passes. Picked up by Whiting. Here's Blacklock. McMenemy. Solid tackle. Huge hit.
Big hit.
I think it was Jamie Field who just put his shoulder down and let fly. There's Dowes. In fact, it was Feather, Chris Feather.
Yeah, I thought it was. Chris Feather just nailed him.
Here's Cook. Spins the ball back inside, gets everybody on the wrong foot. Just touched away by Steve Snitch. It'll be a dropout underneath the sticks.
Just what? This is the hit. McNicholas comes in. Oh, what a hit. Sit down. Boom. There he goes. And watch this, just watch Briscoe in the middle of your set. Lovely kick, and here he comes. Planned move, lovely kick, good cover.
And the dropout has given Hull possession back again. Motu Tony now up at dummy half. Just switching that role around, the Hull coach John Keir, keeping things fresh from behind the play the ball. It's Richard Horn. Here's Briscoe, they're queuing up. Blacklock to Cook, out to Yeoman. Yeoman with a step and the strength and the try. It's score number 4 for Hull FC. They are ripping Wakefield apart. Early days, but already this match might be won.
Early days, but everything is going well. And again, there's one pass. Just watch the overload on the left-hand side. Briscoe again, look at the offloads. This is the money ball, bang. There's the missed pass. Yeoman's over. Watch this, they're offloading. Blacklock's in there. There's the money ball. Outside, flat pass. Demetriou can't get to him. Good finish.
Time off.
Well, they are unstoppable at the moment, Hull FC, absolutely. At the start of the year, when everybody sits down and scratches their heads and has a look at the assembled squads of every team and says who's going to do what, I think quite a few wise pundits looked at this Hull squad and their coach John Keir and tipped them for a pretty decent season this year. Top 6 finish in the Super League and possibly a good run in the Challenge Cup. Well, so far, so good, as far as this competition is concerned. It's Paul Cook who's taken over the kicking duties now that Brough is off, and he's just shaved the wrong side of the post. So it remains Wakefield 0, Hull 20, and we've played about half an hour so far.
Just watch him overloading on the left hand side. Briscoe goes in, Blake looks there, so many there. Ball comes out, but that is the pass, the cut-out pass. Catches Dimitri out, he's ball watching a little bit.
Hold the line, fellas. Hold the line.
Yeaman gets on the outside of him.
I think Gareth Rayner rather fancied he was in for his second try there if his centre had passed in the ball, but Yeaman had other ideas.
But Cook, his passing so far has been superb, Cook. Just picked the right man out every time. But it's all down to the forward, you know, Horn and Cook controlling the game, whereas, you know, Rooney and Jeffries really haven't been in it.
Well, it's all about your forwards, as you say, isn't it? If your forwards are laying the platform, then your half-backs have got a chance, and the Wakefield half-backs haven't been given a chance, have
No,
they?
and even watch the yards he'll make here. It'll be a very easy kick for one of the half-backs.
As Cook gets a kick away inside his 40. Now if this rolls out of play, and he has let it, it will be a 40-20. The referee might ask for the video referee, or he might just ask the toucher. He has just asked the toucher. It's a 40-20. That is a big mistake by Mark Field, and I think too late he realised how clumsy it'd been.
Yeah, there's the kick. It's not the greatest kick, really. I don't think he realises he was in there, because he's got to make an attempt for it. I don't think he realised that Cook was inside his 40. And if they score from here, it's a very, very long way back.
Make the turn, come on.
But it is great to watch if you're a neutral. It is fantastic to watch if you're a Hull fan. Here's Cook, just trying to put Chester through. Chester's still going, driving with his legs, still has the wherewithal to get it away, and Cook might be over here. Well, he is over. The question is, has he got it down?
That's the first mistake Cook has done. He should have given it to Rayner on the outside. It'd have been an easy walk in for Rayner. See him shaking his head.
He should have had a hat-trick today, shouldn't he? Question is did he get the ball down? This is an angle that might tell us he did, or indeed he didn't.
From that, I would say no, but Mark Field has made up for that mistake, hasn't he? He's held it up. Let's see if he does hold him up. I would say there's an arm under there, and that is no try. That's enough. Video ref, he's seen it. Make a decision, go on your instincts.
Yes, it's no try, isn't it? If there is an element of doubt, then it always goes with the attacking team and the try is given, but there was no doubts there that he did not get the ball down. But under the new ruling, of course, the game restarts.
Still pressure.
With Hull in possession. Here's Chester.
On the line, stay there, wait for the ball. Well done.
Picked up from dummy half by Tony. Here's Richard Horn. Good offload again, 3 men in the tackle, and he still gets the ball away. Here's Tony.
To the line.
This is McMenemy, who's had a look left and right. He's going to go left. Carvel, big man, but clever hands on him if he can get them free. This time Wakefield, having learnt their lesson, keep him pinned.
Get out, go.
Tony. Richard Horn. McMenemy tried for the grubber. Field fell on it. Whose is it?
That's tackle, hand over.
That was rather messy.
Yeah, I think that the guys on the outside there, especially Whiting and Blacklock, thought the kick was coming and they overrun the pass. So he really had no option. McMenemy.
Well, this is where they're starting again, though. This is what's draining Wakefield's energy. Starting their possessions deep inside their own half, and Korkinos has to get it away in desperation because they were losing the battle, and Chester might fall on it. There's an offside here, isn't there? No, it doesn't matter because Horns picked it up. Has he touched it down clearly? Well, so many questions.
If you're a Wakefield fan, that is a catalogue of errors. What they're doing is they're going up in ones and they're getting absolutely smashed. Korkinos took the ball up there, no one with him, gang tackled, he offloads. Has he touched it down? He's not sure.
Did Richard Horn knock on?
this will definitely say yay or nay. No.
No doubts at all.
Definitely no try. I hope he doesn't have to see that again.
But what does he give here? Does he give a tap back on the 20? Or does he give a penalty because...
But this is Corquida's luck, Dave. Look, he goes up, there's no one with him.
No.
So it's an easy target. One underneath, he tries to offload in desperation. No one in support play. I think it could have been a penalty here. But...
Carl Kirkpatrick was asking if that was a ball steal. Well, it quite obviously wasn't.
No.
I think there might have been an offside there, which might be a penalty for Hull.
No, that's not a steal.
If I'm a betting man, I would bet this being on a tap on the 20. Wakefield's restart. Certainly no try, and it is a 20-metre restart. Bit of relief for Wakefield, but isn't that attempted pass by Corquidas a real reflection on the way the game's gone? It's just desperate to try and break this whole stranglehold.
Well, they're just dominant in every area.
Rooney wrestling away. Eventually put down. Well, completed sets, Hull 11, Wakefield 10. 69% to 67% in terms of percentage sets completed. I guess if you analyse that, it'll be Wakefield's mistakes and Hull trying to push the ball very often, but let's hear this.
Ben Jeffries! Ben! I want the winger! I want him! High tackle, mate. Okay.
Semi Tadulala has been called over.
Just a big bloke on a small bloke. All right, Paul.
Yeah.
McNicholas has been told off for the high tackle. Now let's...
Sorry, I spoke to you over there when you were causing aggravation with that player. Now you've just come and running in from the wing again and caused more aggravation. Think about what you're doing.
Well, the original penalty will be for Wakefield, and
High shot.
Tadulala warned not to referee the game himself.
There's Corquidas coming in. Oof. And that was high. And that was really not what you want. You know, they're on such a roll, you don't want that now.
Field has got it away nicely to his namesake Mark Field.
You feel they need something before half-time.
Here's Corquidas. He's a real battering ram of a front rower. And he's done well to get it away to March. Little dummy to Feather. Out it comes. It's back inside for Applegarth, who's held up 5 yards away. This is March. Taken on by Jeffries. High ball to Rooney. Rooney with a short pass. Sylvain Houle not able to batter his way through. Picked up quickly. Little dash for the line again by Rooney. Just a foot short. Tadulala is the man who's moved to dummy half. What are his options? Markfield.
Good tackle again, it's Cook.
Tadulala again, not the cleanest of play the balls. It's away now. It comes back to Julian O'Neill and out to his right-hand side. And Wakefield through Colm Halfpenny have their first try of the afternoon. And their timing is pretty good just before half-time.
And again, a great pass. Julian O'Neill. And that really is the first time that the passing has been crisp. Lovely pass. Run onto it and he scores. On some movements earlier on in the game, they've had overlaps on the right-hand side and left-hand side. But because the passes have been behind the player, it's just taken the momentum out of the whole movement. But just watch this pass. Again, they got the numbers. Lovely ball, had to stretch for it, but that's what you wanted it in front of you. As the ball comes across, Jeffries, they're short on numbers, they're drifting, and that's the pass. Just what they needed. And that all came about from the high shot from McNicholas. Just as I said, everything's going so well, and one mistake, bang, and you're 6 points down, and Wakefield now will feel that they're back in the game.
Well, Wakefield had clawed their way back into that meeting against Hull at the KC Stadium a few weeks ago. Know that they have a chance now, and Hull, who not only lost ground in that game, but lost ground against Wigan last week, well, they might just have one or two doubts in their minds at the moment. Not too many, but just one or two. Two little demons entering their heads and putting in some negative suggestions there. Jamie Rooney's going to try and add the 2.
It's quite an important kick this, I think.
It would move them back to within 14 points, but it has swung it. Started it wide and brought it right back in. Colin Halpenny, his 5th try in as many games, has given his side hope again in this game.
Hey, back on the game, fellas. On the game.
There we are. There's the pass. Lovely ball by Gene O'Neill. And Halpenny, easy finish.
Wakefield 6, Hull FC 20, just before half-time. Just gives them a glimmer, Wakefield. March, here's Korkidas again, comes charging forward. He's been here a few years now, Michael Korkidas, real cult hero in these parts, former Sydney Roosters player. Here's Julian O'Neill, right across the face of the defence. Sylvain Houle, the Frenchman. Inside for Jamie Field, trying to wrestle his arm free. You can see how he's trying to get that arm away so he can get the ball away, but fails in his attempts. March down the blind side to Julian O'Neill. Dummy to Houle. I think even Houle thought he got the ball. Ball's kicked away eventually. Tajulara chases, but dropped on by McMenemy. He's dropped on by Tajulara. A little reminder that he's involved in a game. Look at Hull again with a width. Expansive play once more. Yeaman. Rayner, desperate to get involved. He'll feel he should have had 2 more tries and he's scored. Had he been given the passes, but gives the ball away.
And one last chance for Wakefield.
Feather.
And a few errors creeping into Hull's play, and just has given Wakefield those opportunities.
There's Korkidas.
Someone's got to go with him, Dave. You know, he ran so strongly.
Jeffries came belatedly, didn't he? Here is Jeffries now, a little step inside.
If you do support him, what happens is, you know, there'll be one less defender making a tackle off him.
6th tackle coming up. Are they going to go through hands? Yes, they are, at least initially. Here's March right up to the line. Oh! Couldn't find anyone there. Brave play by David March. Nobody in support.
Just needed to change the angle of support there. But no, they'll just play the clock down.
Briscoe. Quick to his feet to make sure the play of the ball is as quick as possible so that his side can keep that forward motion and the defence has as little time as possible to reorganise itself for the next tackle. McMenemy inside the 40 when he puts the kick away. Field will be aware of that this time. And the bounce is fortunate. McMenemy couldn't make the tackle. Blacklock could, and well, he's been given too high in the tackle here.
Well, they've got to... Again, he's been consistent, hasn't he? So there's no complaints from the players. Then they've got to be quick to get the ball. 1 play left.
Next tackle will see it, I think. Jamie Field drives it in, spins his body round, gets it away. It's untidy still. March on again to Jeffries. Away it comes to Rooney. Rooney out to Demetriou. Next tackle will be half-time hooter, so they are desperate to try and keep it going. They can't do so, and the hooter sounds in the distance. It has been Hull's half.
Yes, it's been definitely Hull's half. They've been totally dominant throughout most of the first half. But just a glimmer of hope for Wakefield in the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes. But he's been very influential, so has Cook. But the forwards, the Hull forwards have totally dominated it. Good yardage, good platform, and the finishing has been superb as well.
4 tries have put Hull in that dominant position. Half-time, Wakefield 6, Hull 20.
Down the Hull attackers.
Well, we're underway, and it's Hull who have the early possession in this second half. This opening few minutes of this second period could be fairly important to the outcome of the game as well. If Hull can keep it steady and maybe add a point or 2, then you'd continue to favour them to carry on and win this game. But if Wakefield can just upset their opponents and maybe find a try, in this next 5 minutes or so, then you never know. It might yet turn around, but the way Hull played at times in the first half was simply fantastic. Here's Richard Hall, out to McMenemy. McMenemy stepping on the inside of Jamie Field, but the Wakefield man recovering. There's some help from Korkidas as well. 6 tackle already. Hull on the halfway line. Richard Hall lets it fly. Big kick, Halpenny underneath it. No pressure, but it's on the 25 metres that they will start their set of 6. Good solid start from Hull in this second period.
It was solid, and as they said, you know, they had the wind with them in the first half.
Here's Tajulala. Didn't see an awful lot of him with ball in hand in the first period. Shane McNally, Wakefield coach, will have had his words. It's all back in the hands of his players now. March back inside again. Julian O'Neill playing the prop forwards role, trying to drive it down the middle. Here's a 6 tackle. Little stab kick over the top by Jeffries has Briscoe guessing a little, and he has to be sharp to get out of his in-goal area.
Yeah, I think he touched that, so he had to play at it. I think he wanted to leave it bounce, see if it would run out.
Well, this is what Wakefield wanted. Get Hull playing the ball inside their own 20 for a few tackles. Keep them down there. Just put the pressure on and maybe turn this game around. There's Dowes. See, 4 tackles gone already, and they're only 30 yards away from their own try line. He could change things or two here, Carvel. Solid drive, got his left arm free. Didn't fancy risking the pass. Here's the last tackle. Richard Hall needs a big kick from him. Easy take for the fullback Mark Field. But it's almost the same position they start their set of 6 again, 25 yards from their own line.
Very solid from Hull.
Here's Feather. Driving it forward again. Julian O'Neill, little ball inside to Jeffries and finds the gap and puts his half-back partner Rooney through. Oh, Jeffries took his high eye off the ball. Try line was beckoning.
I think Rooney gave that ball a little bit too early, and you just watch Briscoe. Great break, inside ball, straight down the ruck. But just watch it, he's through now, watch number 1. He gives it too early, he didn't pull him in, but good play by Cook once again. He came back to cover. Just had to take it a yard or so to pull Briscoe towards him. But Cook was there. It would have been a good foot race between Jeffries and Cook, but a missed opportunity.
And they can't afford to miss too many. And here comes Yeaman with the break. Rayner runs into Julian O'Neill. Wants to play it quickly. You might have gathered. Yeaman up to halfway. Slowing things down at the play the ball. This is Richard Horn. Inside for Dowes. Well matched by those 2 Wakefield defenders. It's with Kearney. 44 test caps with New Zealand, Stephen Kearney. There's considerable experience inside that huge fray. So stabbed kick by Horn. Picked up by Mark Field. Good chase by Hull. Terrific chase by Hull.
Good tackle as well.
Keeps Wakefield deep inside their own half. It makes life so much more difficult when you've got to break clear from your own 20-metre area.
Yeah, they'll try and force an error now.
Kearney there, confirmation that he's on the field. Gareth Carvel is the man he has replaced. Was that high? Wakefield fans thought it was. Most importantly of all, Carl Kirkpatrick didn't. 6 tackle, Wakefield inside their own half. March from dummy half. O'Neill with a kick. Looking for the gap between fullback and winger. Briscoe covers the area swiftly. Feathers on the chase, but it's March that makes the tackle. There's Cook. McMenemy. Motu Tony. Still in that dummy half's role. Here's Horn. Richard Horne just inside the Wakefield half. Motu Tony. Little step, here's Cook. 6th tackle. Now, will Hull look to create something from here, or will they satisfy themselves again with a deep kick? It's the latter. High by Horne. Up goes Halpenny. It's a good take, and Halpenny's found a bit of space as well. Now, if you could just get on the outside of Briscoe, that would have been very interesting. And penalty, Rayner hanging on too long in the tackle. Halpenny's complaining.
Lovely take by Halpenny. He's comfortable in that position, having played full back. But he found a bit of space, and now again, lack of discipline. Good field position for Wakefield.
What will they make of this? They need to make something quickly of it. It's Griffin driving in, drop forward, who started his rugby league career with the Oxford Cavaliers in the summer conference. Ball is moved left. Oh, well spotted by Horne.
He reads that so well, doesn't he, Horne? He reads the play. Great rugby league brain.
Sylvain Houle, still on a month-to-month contract here, the Frenchman. It's picked up by Tadulala, asking the questions again. Hull had the right response that time, but they've got one more tackle to hold out. Back it goes. Kick over the top by Jeffries. Who's going to get there? Oh, it's Rayner who just about hangs on. Drop out underneath the sticks, though. Well, Rayner would claim he caught it on the full, wouldn't he? In the in-goal area? Or did he jump into the in-goal area?
Yeah, let's see where he was when he took off. Yeah, that's right. Good decision. Using the field of play.
Well done, the referee.
But there's good pressure now, isn't there, from Wakefield, and the defence is very good. Hull forwards aren't making those easy yards. Kicking game is far more difficult, which means good field position then for Wakefield to attack from.
It's not the best of dropouts either, is it? Oh, and Feather with a bit of juggling. Keeps them entertained. Keeps the coaches hairless. Picked up by Houle. Nibbles another few yards forward. March. Here's Jules O'Neill again. Sidesteps himself.
Lost his foot in there. Again, head down, good yardage again.
5 yards out. March a dummy half. Important period of the game here. Griffin driving it in. Manfully held onto by the whole defence. Got his arm free. Risked the pass.
That is a silly ball. That's not the ball you've got to look for. McNally won't be happy with that. Relieved the pressure.
Let's hear from the touchline again. Here's Damien Johnson.
With Wakefield's Andy Kirk. How do Wakefield get back into this at 26 down, Andy?
I think Shane just spoke about at half-time to the boys just about us being a bit soft, especially down the middle. Hull have come out really fired up. Obviously they got beat last week by Wigan. They didn't expect to get beat, and they've come out real fired up. We didn't respond. We just went soft. Like I say, down the middle we look very vulnerable, and Shane just wants us to come out, toughen up, and have a dig this half. So I think the boys they've done that so far, and I think we have a chance of getting back in this game.
Thanks, Andy.
There's a mistake by Hull.
Yeah, big decision there, but it's very difficult. I don't think he could hear the referee there saying, tackle. So there's another opportunity for Wakefield.
Well, they come out with it. Referee got in the way, I think there. Jeffries was a little perturbed to find the referee where he thought his standoff partner was.
I don't think anyone knew where they were going then. The forwards broke up in the scrum and wondered where the ball was.
Here's Rooney. Met in the first instance by Thackeray. Tony was there too. Motu Tony. Griffin. Steady, solid platform. Provided down the middle again, and March now picks up. They scurry, and it's on by Feather. Feather for the line. Briscoe's underneath him. He's held up. Great defending by the fullback.
That is a magnificent tackle by Briscoe. He knew he couldn't stop Feather from going over the line. So watch him how he places the body.
But the game carries on. Play the ball, back 10 yards. Jeffries doesn't know where he's going.
Come on!
Superb play by Briscoe. Just got his body in position, he couldn't get the ball down.
Here's Rooney. Again, well met by Yeaman, who saw that pass coming and moved up smartly to make the tackle. The Lima was put down. Dimitri with a kick. Still the sixth tackle, nobody played at it. Still the sixth, they keep it alive. Rooney out to Field. Field met by March, off it goes again. It's picked up by Mark Field, out to Alima. Alima's inside ball, breathtaking, utterly breathtaking. Stopped just short, inches away.
Good defence.
Rooney will not come closer.
Here he is, look, Feather. He knows he's going to get over the line, but just watch the position. And then the Hull defenders, McMenemy, just go in and help him out. But they're still under intense pressure. Good defence by Wakefield.
Look at this, Wakefield are really stepping it up. Somebody in their ranks has told them now to lift it for this big set of 6 tackles. Keep hold down there and we have a chance. That will be the call. Hull know they are under pressure here. Despite having the lead, they know that Wakefield have a sniff of getting back into this game. 6th tackle. Moved wide. Good play by Hull. Really lifts the pressure. Whiting now. Little chip. Horn will chase it. He's onside. And that was a forward pass.
Was he off? Was he onside though?
Well, the referee said play on. Richard Horn wasn't sure, was he? But
no, I wasn't sure as well.
I rather suspect if that had ended in a try, we might have had a big screen video replay.
There's the forward pass, definitely forward.
Don't come much more forward than that, do they? Now, is he offside here?
Well, they run it wide because Julian O'Neill is there on the outside and he's injured. Let's see if the kick's there. I thought he's offside.
I think he's onside, actually. Anyway, it's all for arguing in the bar afterwards, isn't it? Doesn't matter in the context of the game. Here's March. Feather. They have 5 interchanges left each now after these latest substitutions. March. Penalty. Stephen Kearney, the man at fault.
Yeah.
They're not comfortable in the second half, Hull, are they? They're being put under pressure by Wakefield.
They are, and if they score, get twitchy.
Well, it's a great position again. The man on the PA is just still whining at the home fans. That will be another penalty. Somebody might be in trouble here.
Come here.
And that's the second one by McNicholas.
Get out, guys.
And he should be seeing the colour yellow now. And having 10 minutes to
the captain.
rest those legs.
Paul, we've had words about this in the first half. I agree with what you're saying. It's a big fella against a small, but you're going to have to do something about your technique because they look awful. They're head tackles. All right. There are players going for their heads. Sort them out.
Well, I think that's got to be a yellow card. Second offence.
Yeah.
Okay, no intent. It's a very clumsy tackle, and as the referee said, you've got to look at your technique. But what it does, it puts the Hull side under pressure again. And remember, they scored from the head shot in the first half.
Oh, that was sloppy by Jeffries. It's kicked on by Thackeray. Might have been better served just dropping on that because he's given Wakefield another 6 now.
Should have gone down on that ball.
Pressure remains. Alima bounced down by Kearney. Just when the big shoulders need it, Kearney provides. Jeffries behind the line. O'Neill takes it well, but caught by Whiting.
They've spotted very well in defence and come in.
Here's Tajulala. Yeah, he's trying his best. March stands and waits. Fires the ball out to Jeffries, onto Rooney. Rooney now, inside run from Feather. Feather crashes in onto Kearney's shoulder again.
Great hit once again. He's put 2 big hits in Kearney, and that's what raises your side.
Little kick through by Jeffries. Rayner's got it. He can't get out, can he? No, he can't. It'll be another drop out underneath the sticks. It'll be more pressure on this whole side.
Here's the hit. Watch, he cuts back inside. Oh, great hit. Slight swinging arm, didn't connect. It was a shoulder to chest. Put him on his back. Great hit.
Did the old Jonathan Davis ever play against the young Stephen Kearney, by the way?
Yes, on numerous occasions out in New Zealand, the Test series. I'm not that old, Dave. You got to remember that.
Relative terms, you would have been on the veteran stage at that stage, wouldn't you? You were very much a junior. Here's Feather. March. Jeffries. For all the pressure, they have to score. That's the problem here, Wakefield. O'Neill waits. Here's March again. Rooney skips, dummies, tries to beat with pace, but can't do so. March once more. Here's O'Neill. O'Neill's held down 5 yards out, and it's a 6th tackle. Here's the last again. Yes. What's it going to be this time? Jeffries kicks it high. Tadulala, Blacklock underneath it, caught it on the fall. Now Blacklock thought he could go 90 yards and score, and he probably could, but as he caught it on the fall, the play finishes, and it's a tap back on the 20.
Yep. This is a kick again, lovely kick. He tried it on the other side. Lovely weighted kick. Well taken. What good position he was in. You see, he gave himself a little bit of space so he could run and jump for it. Didn't get caught underneath it. Give the advantage to the Wakefield winger.
We are seeing both sides of Hull this afternoon, aren't we? Wakefield have had 64% of possession in this second half to Hull's 36, and 78% of the territorial advantage, which tells you an awful lot about Hull's defence in this second half. We admired their attacking skills in the first, but they have defended superbly well in the second. And it's Wakefield's turn to suddenly find their own try line not too far behind their backs. Cool.
Well, like tackles made, there's not much in it, is it?
No. But those are the tackles missed. Well, 17 tackles missed in the second half by Hull. Which tells you there have been an awful lot of recovery tackles.
Yeah.
And the game switches again here now, because that mistake...
That could be a crucial error, because they've been under the cosh for a while, defended extremely well, and now this is the mistake they were looking for. A misunderstanding between O'Neill and Tadulala. Head and feet for Hull, and in an excellent attacking position. Look at the surge from terrific drive from the Wakefield pack, and then a great ball steal from Richard Hall. Well, that was lack of concentration by the Hull pack, but good play by Horn, a steal. Cook to Briscoe. Briscoe's tackle. Well, he is now. Here's Cook. It's going to be driven by Thackeray. Great try. Great determination. Sucker punch. And for all that Wakefield have had Hull on the back foot in this second half, it is now Wakefield themselves who are rocked back again. It's a try that might just have confirmed Hull's place in the next round of the Challenge Cup. This is very clever play by Thackeray. This is the scrum first of all. That's poor concentration, but this is the steal. Great play, that is, Horn. But just watch Thackeray. He will spot Rooney on the try line. Just watch him. Bang, runs at 6, mismatch. Gets himself in the wrong position. Gets bundled over. Good try. And could that be the try that really knocks the stuffing out of Wakefield? Well, it's the cue for a good rendition of Old Faithful again, the Hull club anthem. It's a stirring song when sung in the right circumstances, isn't it? I wonder if it's going to be sung in the environs of Cardiff this year, Jonathan. Do you fancy them all the way this year, Hull FC, the way they played today? The first half performance was very, very good, but I think that other sides in the competition have something to say. It's a great day out down in Cardiff. Just watch. Thackeray spots Rooney out, gets his body in the wrong angle, just runs over the top of him. After intense pressure, that one mistake, and they're away. 18 points the difference now then. So that's 3 tries, 3 goals for Wakefield to score to pull level.
and then we're into extra time. But there's an awful lot of work to be done by Wakefield if we're going to get to that position. Can't see it now, can you?
Well, no. They needed something from that pressure, didn't they? Just to get back into it.
It's Brock from dummy half. Ball is moved left. Here's Kearney. But I'm sure John Keir, the whole coach, will take so much. That was high, but he was falling into the tackle, which might just have given the referee the excuse to say play on. Oh, knock on! Hits his chest. That would have compounded a nightmarish afternoon for Mark Field had that been given as a knock on.
It would have.
Trying to move it left. Driving it down the middle, now in hope rather than expectation.
Yeah.
Hull know they've got their match.
They need something quick.
When they're on song, when they have the likes of David Solomona in their ranks, Wakefield are one of the most watchable sides in rugby league. They really do use the football well, but they haven't been allowed to this afternoon. Kick half charge down, taken by Cook.
I just feel that everything seems to be going Hull's way now.
John Keir certainly looks happy.
He'll be very happy.
Driven in by Thackeray. It's going to be held at 35 yards out. Let's hear from Damien Johnson on the touchline again. Damien.
Yes, I'm joined by the Hull hooker, Richard Swain. Richard, the turning point in the game, weathering that storm and then going back and scoring for Hull?
Yeah, that was a very tough 15 minutes, first 15 minutes of the second half. The boys did well to keep them out. It was just pleasing. As soon as they got down there, they scored. But we just need to keep completing our sets and not give too many easy turnovers.
Thanks, Richard.
Well, they've got a chance to score again here, Hull. Whiting, inside ball. Blacklock still going. Graham Horn, who's on from the bench. Kearney looks, who wants it? Brough does. Can't get through. And three defenders on such a little fella, but he's still kept his feet. Good strength. It's back for a drop goal. Horn, has he put it over? Or is it wide? I think it's wide.
Yeah.
Why is he going for a drop goal?
Well, you know, just kill the game off, really. There's another score, you know.
Picked up from dummy half by March. Driven on by Field, and here's Tajiolala. Well, this is good from Wakefield now, running with real purpose. Steve Snitch making a good 15-20 yards in that one drive. Here's Rooney. Demetriou! Great hand, Sylvan Hall is flying! Oh! Well, the tackle was high. It was round the shoulders, it just underneath the point that would have made it a sin binning or sending off offence, but it's still worth a penalty. It's round the shoulders.
It's a good tackle up. Yeah, high again, consistent, isn't he? Anything above the shoulders, he's pinged. So
it's a good tackle, though. It's one way of stopping a man, isn't it?
But the drop goal, Dave, was the fact that 18 points ahead now. 19 would have needed another score, wouldn't it?
But at 18, they've got to score 4 times anyway.
Well, instead of 3.
Seems a little superfluous, that's all.
Instead of 3.
I'd worked out the mathematics. Here's Jeffries, back inside. Oh, he's lost it. Well, they still have a chance of testing that try line here. Banged in by Snitch, offloaded well. Out it goes. Rooney operating at acting half. Korkidas came in, not with any great self-assuredness, but was given the ball anyway. This is the last tackle. March out again. Little grubber kick. Oh, simple as that. Simple as that. They cannot find a way through this whole line, can they?
And this will be a very solid set. You just watch this now. Nothing flashier. Simple. Ball up the jumper. Good kick.
Here's Cook. Young Brough at acting half. Well done, Thackeray. Took 3 defenders with him, left them standing, and still managed to ask a few questions again. He's in terrific form this year, Thackeray. There's Graham Horn, younger brother of Richard, who has the ball in his hands now before kicking downfield. Houle missed the whole of last season. Sylvain Houle, he had a horrible knee injury against the Australians playing for France. That's the reason he's on his month-to-month contract, just to make sure he has fully recovered. There you see the metres made in the match. Over 1,000 by Hull, less than 900 by Wakefield. Now it's over the first 3 tackles that coaches like to judge how effective their sides are. Those are the 3 big hit-ups by the forwards, and there you see each side averaging 24 metres in those first 3 tackles. But the most telling statistic of all is the one in the top left-hand corner of your screen, which tells you that Hull are leading by 24 points to 6. That's the one the coaches look at most. Jeffries inside, March. Now, can he get the ball away? Yes, he can. Good pass, good try, Steve Snitch. All rather superfluous in terms of affecting the outcome of the game, but it was still pleasing to the eye for the Wakefield supporters, who have at least something to cheer now. Steve Snitch with a score.
Yeah, good play up the ruck once again. Just watch the play of March. There he is, plays the ball, follows in support. That's a lovely pass. Simple, very effective. Well, I think they need one very quickly to make it interesting now.
Jamie Rooney adds the 2. 12 for Wakefield, 24 for Hull. 13 minutes left to play.
There he is, look. Stays alive, good support. Lovely try, simple, but very, very effective. Don't think John Key will be too happy with the markers that to play the ball defensively.
Tell you what, Jonathan, Hull get in position. If I were them, I'd be thinking about drop goals now, wouldn't you?
I knew you were going to say that to get yourself out of trouble.
Well, they will still consider that the extra point would be a bonus rather than an absolute necessity at this stage. But with 13 minutes left, 2 tries to get Wakefield back level again.
Time up.
We have seen stranger things this season in terms of comebacks in the Super League. It's a high kick taken by Field and on by Korkidas. Now this next set of 6 could have interesting repercussions depending on how it goes. Pendulum slowly swinging, but it's still very much in Hull's half. March. Up from dummy half again. Korkidas. Sun's coming out now as well. It is a summer sport, of course, these days, reflected in the lateness of the Challenge Cup this and every season hereafter. 6th tackle will be the next. Little dink over the top by Rooney. Briscoe has it covered and takes it safely. There's Rayner. You know, Hull have had to do a lot of their tackling in this second half as well, haven't they? So that's another reason why fatigue might just be beginning to set in for them too.
Yeah, they just want to just keep it solid now.
Kearney. Here comes the last tackle. 11 minutes left to play. Out to Cook. Cook bangs it downfield. Houle doesn't fancy the risk of catching it, and it'll eventually go out of play. Tap back on the 20 metres.
Yeah, he was looking for the touch, just to run the clock down.
Well, they've got 3 interchanges left now. They started with 12 interchanges during the game, but 3 left. So they just have to swap their forwards around wisely, don't these last few minutes, just to make sure that there aren't too many tired legs on the field at the same time.
No.
That's where the coaches earn their money, making sure they get the interchanges right.
That's right, you know, it's very difficult for forwards to keep on going for the whole duration of the match, but they're so vital.
They'll run from dummy half. Dimitriou. Dimitriou was caught by Motu Tony, and he turned round to exact retribution straight away. Instead of just getting on with the game, and Korkinos is unnecessarily getting involved as well here.
I'm not really sure who threw the first punch there. I think it might have been Dimitriou. I'm not really sure.
I think he was caught by Tony as he ran past, and he stopped and turned round and tried to get back at him instead of carrying on with the game, with his side in a very good position.
This is not what Wakefield want. You know, they want to keep on with it.
Tony.
Go away.
Jason Dimitriou.
Yeah.
Right, what's happened? Tony's tackled him, he's took the face to it, he's had a little throw at him with an elbow.
Jason Dimitriou had a throw.
Penalty to Hull.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
Yeah.
Motu, come here.
That's it in a nutshell, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should make touch as commentators.
And that would be a very bad mistake when you're in possession.
He tried to throw a punch at you, but you did react. All right, we don't want any of that reaction. You're getting a penalty. Jason, quite clearly, you've tried to throw a punch while you're in possession of the ball when he came in to tackle you. That's what we're calling.
How many hard tackles are you
That's what we're calling. That doesn't make that right. No, that doesn't make that right.
He's complaining it's a high tackle.
And he caught him, didn't he?
Yeah, and he stops, you see, and that was a punch, and then he leads with the elbow, and then it's everyone piles in, but the officials missed the first punch, which Dimitriou reacted to, and unfortunately for him, got caught.
But as a player, you carry on, don't you? You let the referee do his job. You don't try and make things right yourself on the field, so it is a costly error. Just over 8 minutes left to play. 12 points the difference. 2 tries, 2 goals. Here's Cook. Kearney off. Carvel back on again. This is Dowes. Picked up by Motu Tony, making the most of a bit of confusion behind the play. The ball. Tony has scored. Great play. Great play from dummy half. He was so alert to the situation. Korkinos had his back to the play, and he picked it up and he scooted away Motu Tony and scores a sparkling try that confirms it all for Hull now, surely.
Like a bullet out of a gun there, wasn't he? He just shot out of the blocks. Just watch the play the ball. They both split the defenders. Sprints through the gap. Drives through the tackle of field. Just watch him. Korkinos got his back to him. Both defenders are split. Poor defensive work, and he's like just shoots through the gap. And that is now the end of the Challenge Cup for Wakefield.
I won't be surprised if that was something that John Keir picked up, because we saw a similar reaction from Michael Korkinos when they played against St Helens earlier this season, and Kieran Cunningham spotted him. He does have this tendency to pick himself up and walk away without looking at what's happening behind him, and it leaves it open for the dummy half to pick it up, doesn't it?
With all the video analysis going on these days, you're going to spot any weakness in a team performance or an individual performance, and teams will try and exploit it.
Cook has resumed the kicking duties, of course. Should be kickable. Should have the 2, and he does. Who needs drop goals when you're scoring tries? 12 points for Wakefield, 30 for Hull.
Here he is, look. Poor defensive work at the play the ball, and you get exploited. Very good play.
Back to an 18-point difference again, and this time it should be insurmountable. Here's the high ball, another restart. Well taken. Here's Mike Menemy. Here's Dowes. Well, those are the other scores that are coming through. Well, I can tell you, Halifax against Castleford, 23-14 as a result. St Helens, the holders, have had a tough one against Huddersfield. 26-22 though they've squeezed through. No squeezing about London's result. 14 tries they scored against Hunslet. Put them to the sword. York winning at Oldham. That's a good result for York. And Salford only just getting through against Rochdale, the Super League side being pushed all the way by the National League team Rochdale, who have started their season very well, and UTC, the French side, who will become Perpignan next year as they join the Super League, beaten Hockeyar. Widnes 32-18 winners against Swinton.
And again, great tackle by Briscoe.
Well, they're getting close again here. Getting close also to that man of the match moments. Jonathan Davis will be judging. Here's the kick. Whiting didn't take any chances whatsoever. Puts it away behind the dead ball line. So, Jonathan, who's your Power Gym man of the match this afternoon?
Well,
Who are the candidates anyway?
The candidates at the moment, of course, are Horn and Cook. You know, Chester's played well. Thackeray also has had a very, very big game. So I'll give you the result in a couple of minutes.
See if anyone else can have a major influence. If you fancy a trip to Cardiff, by the way, whether you're watching your side or not, there's the ticket information line for the final. Getting quick because tickets are going very fast. There's another mistake from Wakefield. They've given it away. Head and feed will go Hull's way once more. So, having had a few moments to contemplate, who is your man of the match, John?
Yeah, I think it's got to go to Paul Cook, just for the damage he did in the first half. You know, his passing was superb and he cut Wakefield open. Good kicking game. Here he is again. Just a solid performance.
And he'll get a penalty. It's all getting a little scrappy towards the end now, but Hull won't mind that. They've done a very, very good job this afternoon. 6 tries in all they've scored, 2 of those in this second half when they were, for the most part, under real pressure. Dowes.
Yes, the defensive effort, you know, in the second half, early part of the second half has won the game for them. Kept Wakefield out, and then the sucker punch broke up field.
Oh, here's Graham Horn inside to his brother Richard, on again to Briscoe, who steps underneath the tackle of Tadulala and scores his second try of the afternoon. All smiles on the faces of Hull FC. They're grinning their way into the 5th round now.
It always happens, doesn't it? You know, the sucker punch, then your head drop and the floodgates open. But again, lovely play. Inside ball. Horn is there to the other Horn. Briscoe under the swinging arm. Tadulala. Just watch, it's the inside ball once again. Graham Horn is through. As ever, his brother's there to support Briscoe. Easy finish. Just supports up the centre of the field. Any break, he's on your shoulder. He's got the pace to finish it.
Paul Cook right in front of the sticks. He'll fancy this. Another 2 points to his name. Another 2 points to Hull's total. Up and over. Flags confirm that Hull now lead by 36 points to 12. And they're loving every minute. They're amongst the most passionate fans in rugby league, the Hull FC supporters. Success is long overdue at that club as well. Let's wonder if John Keir's going to deliver it this year. Game is up for Wakefield. The Challenge Cup run is just starting for John Keir and his side.
Oh, good play there.
Into the final 30 seconds.
Whiting had a lot of ground to make up then, took the ball.
Richard Horn moving up to acting half. We've said it before, we'll say it again. This has been the two very good sides of Hull today, hasn't it? The good attack of the first half, the terrific defence of the second.
Yeah, very, very good at first half. Very creative. Again, forwards, laid the platform, and Cook and Horn did the rest.
Not time for the scrum. 7 tries in total Hull have scored this afternoon. They ran away with it in the first half. They were put under real pressure at the start of the second. For 20 minutes they seemed to be camped on their own line. And then they break away with Thackeray's try, and after that it was always going to be their day. Wakefield 12, Hull 36. A very good job by Paul Cook and his side. They are through to the 5th round of the Power Gen Challenge Cup.
Well, let's straight away hear from the victorious coach, the Hull coach, John Keir.
Yeah, the Hull coach, you must be pretty happy with that performance, a comprehensive victory in the end.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I thought it was our best performance of the season. We fixed up a lot of things from Easter Monday, applied ourselves to the end, and I thought the second half defensive display was immense when Wakefield dominated possession.
That's right, you had to weather a storm, and I guess in the back of your mind you must have known that you have let lead slip in the past.
Well, we spoke about that at half-time. We said we'd been there before, that we need an 80-minute performance this time, and I think we've given the spectators that.
Man of the match, Paul Cook, deserved?
Yeah, you could have picked any one of the 17. I'm delighted with the team as a whole. There's no iron team. We're very happy indeed.
It's some time since one of the teams outside the Big Four won the Challenge Cup. Could this be Hull's year?
Well, it's about time somebody else won it then, isn't it, Damien?
Thanks, John.
It's a pleasure.
John Keir, of course, won the Challenge Cup a few years back with Sheffield Eagles as a coach, and as assistant coach with Wigan as well for one of their wins. But a fantastic success. Well, let's hear from the man of the match, Paul Cook.
Paul Cook, a man of the match performance. You must be pretty pleased with what happened this afternoon.
Yeah, we are. We made it really tough for ourselves against Wakefield. We really wanted a big performance here today. And, we've come and done a really convincing job on a really good side in Super League.
Was the turning point the fact that you weathered the storm at the start of the second half?
I think it probably was. We spoke about that in the dressing room, that they're going to come out all guns blazing, and they're going to try and give it to us early on because they've got nothing to lose because of the scoreline. So we weathered that. We weathered it. We come back with a score, and all credit to the boys. We've got a result.
You're the Power Gen man of the match. Well done. Enjoy the bubbly.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Stephen Kearney's with us as well. Stephen, well done. You're carrying a bit of a knock there. Just tell us what's wrong with your leg.
Yeah, I'm not used to the a couple of games in a couple of days last weekend, and so yeah, mate, it's just this old age.
The Challenge Cup's big news over here. As a New Zealander, did you grow up knowing all about the tradition of this competition?
Certainly did. We used to get up. I made a conscious effort to get up early in the morning in New Zealand there and watch the Kiwis running around. Obviously, with Wigan there was a lot of Kiwis involved when they were vying for Challenge Cup appearances. So I certainly know how prestigious it is.
Was that the complete performance from Hull? Because you scored some great tries in the first half and then weathered the storm, a great defensive effort in the second.
Yeah, again we've been very disappointed with our form as of late, and we've got the ability in the side, and today was probably one of our better games of the year, and we're just very conscious that we have to continue to improve because it is a very demanding and tough competition in the Super League.
Thanks, Stephen.
Cheers, thanks.
Oh, we just seem to have lost rather lovely pictures from out there, which was a shame. The Hull side warming down in the sunshine. But Brian, Jonathan struggled to pick a man of the match because, as John Keir said, there could have been 4 or 5 of them. Could have been 17 of them.
Absolutely, it was a good performance, very solid. They didn't let the lead slip, which sometimes can happen. You get a bit confident and you start going away from what you did to get you in the lead in the first place. So it was a really, really professional performance. I think John Keir will be very happy with that.
And Kevin, huge disappointment though for Wakefield.
Yeah, tough for them to take. I think they threw everything at Hull, as we mentioned with Paul Cook's man of the match report. But they threw everything at them and they needed a score, didn't they? I think 16 minutes into the second half they'd had all that pressure and nothing to show from it, and the killer blow then came when Hull went the length of the field and got the try which mattered.
Absolutely, it was desperately frustrating to watch actually, because you wanted Wakefield to score a try, to just as a neutral, to up the pressure and make it really tight. It was just all through that first sort of 15 minutes of the second half, Wakefield applied all the pressure and had nothing to show for it.
Yeah, they did. They threw everything at them, but credit Hull's defence. They were outstanding. They come up with some real big plays, and I think they bust the line a few times. Rooney here, a 2-on-1. We talked about the combination of Rooney and Jeffries before, and unfortunately, you know, when it's not your day, it don't turn out for you.
And just little things like this.
That. Ben Jeffries, you know, he's a fantastic player, and he'll score them week in, week out. So it's just a bad day for him, really.
But full credit to Hull, because actually their defence was what was making it so tricky for Wakefield, and particularly Briscoe holding up Chris Feather.
Yeah, it was a great effort. Again, Chris Feather's a massive bloke,
and Briscoe's not very big.
Well,
so
exactly, and he does everything right technically. He gets underneath the ball here, realises he ain't got the strength to push him back, but he brings him over and he gets underneath the ball. He gets people in to help. There's more blue shirts in the frame, and they do very well there, Hull.
Actually, I suppose Briscoe would have been a fairly strong contender for man of the match, wouldn't he, Brian?
Yeah, he'd have been up there. He's very, very dangerous. Big credit to Shane McMenemy as well, coming in to finish off that tackle, because Chris Feather tried to roll away from Sean Briscoe. Had Shane McMenemy not come in, I think he might have scored the try, so that's great teamwork.
Now, there were some moments that will, I suppose, both coaches will look at and analyse rather deeply, and in particular, this scrum, which Wakefield win, and you don't often see that in
rarely
rugby.
See, you know, and it's a great bonus when you win a scrum against the head, and of course Richard Horne would be disappointed with losing the scrum against the head. Has come up with a massive effort,
but then he nicks the ball back.
That's exactly right, you know, a massive effort to steal the ball back, and that could have turned it. Wakefield's heart to sink after that, and then of course this man hard to stop.
Absolutely, it led to the Thackeray try.
That's it, you're not going to stop. He's excellent at that, you know, bumping you and going again, and close to the line. He's very, very hard to stop, very strong man.
And you could sense at that stage that any sort of hope that Wakefield had just went, ugh, we can't.
Yeah, they're just completely deflated, weren't they? I think that was a massive play from Richard on there. You know, when your scrum gets beaten like that and pushed off the ball, and to lose, and be heartbreaking for Hull, but for him to come up with a play like that and for him to score in that set of 6 from all the pressure they've been under was an outstanding play for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Wakefield did manage to score, Snitch getting through, but you know, by this stage it's consolation only, isn't it?
Yeah, probably just a little, you know, some lazy Hull markers there. The boys are probably getting a bit tired, you know, 67 minutes gone, but it was inconsequential really in the end. You know, Wakefield have been happy to get back, and they might have thought maybe they got a chance. They're probably 2 scores behind after this. I think then what's happened then is Wakefield have conceded a penalty while in possession, which is a cardinal sin. I think hard done by, though. I think Madhu Tony maybe struck Jason Demetriou before Jason Demetriou struck him, but the referee saw it differently, gave a penalty to to Hull, and they've gone down the field, and then Madhu Tony's come up with a big play.
Absolutely. I mean, Hull really finishing off in style, Kevin, with 2 tries towards the end. Madhu Tony's try, we'll see first of all, their 6th of the match.
Yeah, they were great. I think after all the pressure they withstood, and then to come back like they did was fantastic, and the couple of scores they got were great play. I think Madhu Tony's is the first one, when he scoots from dummy half and sees a couple of defenders who aren't in position, and it's just great vision for him, and to force his way over the line was fantastic.
Yeah, let's have another look at it, Brian.
It's exactly as Kevin described. We've got 2 markers here that haven't got set, 2 big fellas that have been, you know, doing a lot of work. 70, you've got the last 7 minutes, they're going to be very tired, and Madhu Tony, he just plays games around the middle, and Scoots just flies off. Very hard for a big fella to adjust to that. It's fantastic dummy half running from Madhu Tony. It's as good as it gets, that.
It's worth looking at again.
We can see these markers aren't set. Korkitas and I think Snitch didn't get a chance to get set, and of course that leaves everybody else clutching at thin air, and Madhu Tony exploited it.
And very good at keeping going and keeping the line so direct.
Yeah, I think what you've seen there with Richard Swain missing at hooker, they're trying a few people, and when you throw a fullback or a winger in there, it causes a lot of trouble, and Matthew Tony's got in there and he's seen a bit of space, seen some defenders who aren't in position, and just used his pace and vision to get over.
We saw Sean Briscoe earlier on saving a try that could have been scored against Hull, but this is his 2nd try, actually scoring a try for Hull, right towards the end of the match. And
wouldn't you know, it comes from backing up again. It's a lovely inside ball from McMenemy, and Graham Horne, nice little pass to his brother, and Sean Briscoe just staying alive again as the awareness to step inside Tajalala, who comes across and scores. Again, it's what Sean Briscoe does best. He backs up around the middle, and we mentioned already, he's one of the best in the league at doing it. There's a few Hull supporters very vocal down outside.
Yes, charming fellas they are as well, taking their shirts off and shouting around. Very, very grown up, but I suppose they deserve to celebrate because they're through to the 5th round. Let's find out the other teams that have made the 5th round stage of this year's PowerGen Challenge Cup, and these are all results from this afternoon. Barrow there through, Leah through, so too at Doncaster. Bradford, big win for them. 14 tries in total. Halifax winners over Castleford. St Helens, though, struggling a bit. That's the same scoreline as yesterday, isn't it? St Helens beating Huddersfield 26-22. London, big score there. 14 tries for them as well. 70 points to 4 they won. York are through against Oldham, that's a good win. And Salford only just against Rochdale Hornets. French side UTC, they join the other two French sides in the 5th round. And the match here, obviously. Widnes are through against Swinton, and Brian, you'll be pleased to hear, a comfortable victory for Wigan over Whitehaven.
Excellent, good news.
Will you be back at all for later rounds of the Challenge Cup?
Oh, I hope so. You're not writing me off for the whole season.
Well, no, I didn't know how serious it was.
I hope to be back in about 4 weeks, but that's a great win for Wigan, yeah, to go through it. Like the coaches spoke about yesterday, the performance sort of is forgotten now, and the fact is they're in the draw that's going to take place shortly afterwards. They'll concentrate on Super League now, knowing that they're in the draw, so that's what's the important thing.
Okay, but what they will want to know